30th. I was driving on New Dover Road. There were two gentlemen playing cricket at John Adams Middle School, hitting from the back towards New Dover Road. Ball happened to hit the side of my car. It could have hit my grill, crushed my grill, could have hit my windshield, could have bounced in, caused more damage than what had happened. Fortunately, nothing happened. That night, I sent an email to Councilman Teal, Thomas Byron, Chief of Police, and Mayor JERSEY. Week went by, no answer. Forwarded the email again. Councilman Teal responded to my email, said he's going to talk to the school so that nobody plays there, and he's going to drive by on the weekend to make sure nobody is playing. I don't think that is, I think that is minimal in doing what it is. I suggested, hey, they put signage up, telling the people not to play it, that they can't play there. Because when I drove back that night, there was a full-fledged game going on.
Not even nobody.
Or I said,
all right, well, I did
the
support
Edison
you.
Angels has been deeded to, is going to now become soccer fields. Now I'm going to probably upset all the soccer,
It's
players in town.
You don't have to.
My daughter played, I was the vice president and tried to travel back in the late 90s. So, I don't know, but maybe a dedicated field, like you have at, I believe Woodrow Wilson, you should put on the south side of town. Keep the people off the fields where damage can be done. You wouldn't take the Inman driving range, turn it around and have them hit balls towards Inman Avenue. Nor would you have an archery field like they have at Oak Ridge Park, pointing towards the street, causing damage. Let's be smart as a town. This is a very good town. It's a little rough around the edges. Let's clean it up. So, I'm very upset. I got an answer from Councilman Patil after my second email. I appreciate that. Heard nothing from the Chief of Police. Oh, I got an email, I'm sorry. I got an email from the Chief of Police saying, oh, if that problem still exists, call me. Or if you want to talk to me, call me. I put my phone number on the email. Don't I get to respect that he should respect me just like I respect him and his position? Heard nothing from the mayor. Am I a constituent basis that he wants as a voting member to come done the next election? Very disappointed. That's my first. That's what brought me here. Also, the second part of why I'm here, there's a bunch of kids driving dirt bikes and ATVs on the north side of town. One guy came out from Beatrice Parkway into Inman Avenue, made a quick right in front of me, had to slam on my brakes. A red dirt bike, the kid, I would say like in his late teens, curly, dirty blonde hair. Went down Featherbed and off. I continued down Inman Avenue. A couple days later, a white ATV from Beatrice Parkway crosses over Inman Avenue right in front of me. The summertime is coming. We've hired a bunch of policemen. Let's step up the patrols, because one of those kids are going to get hit, and it's going to be the driver who's going to feel the repercussions of injuring one of these illegal motorbikes on the road. So that's what I'm here for. I'm, like I said, very upset with the township not getting back to me. Not showing me the respect that I showed the town. Secondly, the motorcycles that are running around. So like I said, and plus it's summertime, it's going to get worse. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, Thomas. I would like someone can respond to that.
Sure. With regard to the, shared services agreement, John Adams is not on the list. It's not in our jurisdiction because it's school property. However, I certainly can pass this information on to the business administrator and what the potential issues are, what the usage is, but we don't have any control over that. Obviously, if there was damage to the gentleman's car, then he should file a police report or anything like that, so they can take that part over. But the township doesn't have any say in terms of the field play, if you will.
Okay.
Councilman Presser would wanted to say something.
Well, yes, I was going to say that the cricket is kind of like the softball thing that we had years ago when I was younger. You have leagues that rent the spaces or that go through the township or the schools. But then you have a lot of independents where they just see an open lot and they go play. But something like that, to be honest with you, the school put up a sign that said something like, if you play cricket, it starts here, because they used to have a softball backstop over there. And they would hit the balls towards the residential neighborhood in the back, not towards the street years ago. And as far as the dirt bikes, yes, I can attest. There's 3 of them, and I see them coming out of Floyd Street and driving down Grove Avenue and going back into Oak Tree. So it's probably the same bunch. There was one ATV, and then there were like 2 dirt bikes. You can't miss the sound of them as they go roaring by. But they look like they were young. I've seen them twice so far. It's just been over the last month, I think, that I've seen them going through there. So, yeah, I mean, if the police could do like they did when I was younger, where eventually somebody pulled in my driveway and said, you have that red mini bike, so you can find out where they live, maybe talk to them or their parents. I think that would be great help. That would be a council president.
Thank you, Councilman Brescher. Chief, is there something we can do for, I know the new Dover Road cricket, I know we don't have jurisdiction, but maybe during our school meetings, we can suggest if they can put up a fence, possibly. Or maybe we could put up signs that, play for this thing that way, so hopefully the balls do not hit toward the street and more toward the, yeah. But with cricket, they do have to hit one direction. Like there's one batsman going one direction, so the bowling will come this way and then the hitting will go toward the trees. Hopefully that will solve some of the problems. And then the ATV, I hope, Chief, we can look into that.
Yeah, I have the gentleman's email. I'd like to know exactly the times that it occurs would definitely help us, because I can deploy direct patrol and have my units go out there. And just as Councilman Brescher suggested, if we can follow them back to their house, that's a big help also.
And we learned something new about Councilman Brescher. He rode a little bike.
I've seen them. They're there sometime between like 2 and 4, that I've seen them on Floyd and Grove. But typically they run like the J.P. Stevens through the woods, and then they probably go down around Beatrice because you have that McKinley. So it's the kids are probably riding the same trails and stuff that they have over the years, but this is just new to us over the last probably 10 years, I guess.
Moving on to Lois Loki.
Lois Wilkie, Peak Road, Edison. First, let me tell you, I am so tired. I made the mistake of wanting to watch the work session on Edison TV. It didn't start until 10 o'clock last night. I fell asleep someplace between 12:30 and 12:45, and I never did get to see the end of the meeting. And I've asked about going back to the old times numerous times. In fact, I asked the business administrator, and she was going to look into it. I haven't heard anything, but I mean, to ask people to stay up until 1:30 in the morning is absolutely crazy. They couldn't have picked a worse, more inconvenient time so that people cannot see what's going on in this town. And I think a lot of people have that perception. So I've asked, who was the person who decided to take the old schedule off of 7 p.m. the night after the meeting and 12 noon the day after that? I have asked numerous times, this must be the 4th or 5th time, so will the business administrator please tell me the name of the person? I mean, it's been since February. I would think that someone would have been interested enough to find out who made this stupid decision. So that's one of my questions after I speak. I'd like to have the business administrator get back to me on that. Okay. Now, this is the 5th time I'm coming up about the racist flyer. I've asked over and over again if the township would communicate with the Attorney General on this. It's been almost 7 years. We've gone through 2 attorneys general. We've had evidence, stamps, post office. No one has gone and asked as far as I know, has gotten in touch with the Attorney General. You could very nicely do a text, do an email, do a letter, and just say, it's been 7 years, could you please update us? Why doesn't anyone on the council, in administration, the mayor, why doesn't anyone have the interest to find out? I mean, what are you hiding? I'm really beginning to believe this township is hiding someone or something, and that's why they don't want the truth to come out. So my question again is, has the township contacted the Attorney General in any form whatsoever, text, email, letter? So that's another question. Actually, we're getting really tired of these. I'll get back to you. Joel Baxoff has asked so many times the same thing over and over and over again. He doesn't get his answers either. I mean, this is unconscionable, really. I was very disappointed in Councilman Coyle, and we know each other a long time. I was disappointed when he said that it's a courtesy to the public to have the budget hearing or to have the TV changed to the old schedule. Councilman Coyle, this is not a courtesy. It's a responsibility of council people to listen to the residents and work for the residents. The residents, not administration. So I'm very disappointed in you. Third thing, Diwali Festival. I've asked numerous times about who footed the bill for that. It was supposed to be all donations. I got all the spreadsheets. There was a lot of splits between the Diwali Festival and another event that went on. And with all the figuring I did, the township, the taxpayers, were almost $50,000 in the hole for that festival. I've asked the business administrator several times, is it true that we were shorted almost $50,000 in donations? I still haven't gotten an answer on that. So, my questions are, who changed by name the hours that the council meetings are shown on TV? Have we contacted the Attorney General? And the Diwali Festival, were we shorted on that? And one other thing. Okay, this is the Woodbridge News. This is a newsletter. This is public relations. This is a newsletter that encompasses everyone in the town. The council members, department heads, each have an article. It comes out 4 times a year. I've been in touch with the person who's responsible. I haven't gotten all the information yet. But if you want to see what a good publication should be, this is it. And it encompasses everyone. It's one page on the mayor. The rest is all other people. So can I have permission to go up and give this to you?
You can give them my mayor.
I think we were talking about $60,000 for public relations and Jaffe Communications years ago who did absolutely nothing. Why don't you all look at that and see what it should be? Anyhow. anyhow, it's good to be back, good to see you. And, okay.
Thank you. All right, so getting to the questions, any council members want to take this?
Council President,
Councilman Coyle?
I just want to respond to your comment for the mayor's presentation. We all have seen 7 different mayors. This mayor is offering this opportunity to present the budget. It's not mandatory, that's what I was meaning. And no different than the TV. I love having it, I think it's great, it's good transparency. It's not mandatory, and that's a fact. But I'm delighted they continue to do it. I'm not happy it's happening at 10 o'clock at night, and I've expressed my interest. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Coyle. Anybody else? Council Vice President.
Yes, I think we should be past calling this a courtesy because it's turning to precedent at this point, these presentations. And so I think it's high time we stop calling this a courtesy. It's something clearly that the public is interested in, and I think that they should be involved because they are involved. I too am mystified about the timing of these rebroadcasts of the meetings. I thought we had come to some terms that they were going to be moved back again, but it makes no sense, especially for seniors. It makes no sense for those meetings to be rebroadcast at such a late time. So I'm interested in hearing the answer to that as well. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Council Vice President. Councilman Brusher.
Yes. First off, I'd like to say, as elected officials, and I've met a lot of elected officials, I found there's 2 types. There's the type that believes that they are supposed to lead, okay, and you are just supposed to enjoy their vision. And then there is the other type that believes that they were elected to serve your needs, irregardless of what their feelings are. So you do have 2 different types of elected officials. I think the one is probably outnumbered by the other. As far as changing the TV times, at this point, I almost would like to say that if the administration can't get this fixed, right, by, let's say, tomorrow, right, that the administration is looking to exclude our seniors, specifically our seniors, and let me elaborate as to why. Anybody who is probably under the age of 40, right, does not watch TV. They watch their Fire Sticks, they watch everything, and they watch the videos. They go directly to the township website and watch the videos. The only people that are actually watching the Edison TV are people that are probably 50 plus. And anybody that's 50 plus, and anybody that's younger than 50 plus, has relatives that are 50 plus, will tell you that as you get older, you tend to want to go to sleep sooner. I've been known now to go to sleep by 9:30, where when I was younger, I could stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning. So it looks like this is almost calculated and deliberate, but I'd hold off on saying that, because I'd like to give the administration maybe till tomorrow, or let's say Friday, if we could get it fixed. I mean, the people have been complaining about it. I don't know what the problem is with resetting the programming and the time. It can't actually be that hard. You know, when we have our mayor here, and I got the propaganda thing that we put up, what we call that, your favorite thing?
The Illuminary, it's great, people love it.
Right, the one thing.
No, we don't.
Loves. When I get that and I see all these great things that are being done, yet we can't take care of the simple things, I start to think it's intentional. But I'd say let's give the administration maybe till the end of the week and see if they can get this fixed at this time. And if not, I'll bring it up as a topic of discussion for the next council meeting.
Thank you, Councilman Brusher.
Thank you.
Councilman Horner.
I just have a question actually to legal, if I can. FCC guidelines, right? Certain words you're not allowed to, or you're supposed to bleep out. I know, right?
Yeah, you want to violate the law.
There are certain words that are not permitted to use, or TV stations get fined. Understandably, in
You never got fined.
Hey, no, please, Everyone, please listen to Councilman Point. Thank you.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying that
tell
we
the
got
truth.
mine.
You're out of order, sir. Please stop.
I'm just asking a question, like, come on. If there is language that may result in a fine, now we cannot inhibit anyone from speaking, right? Free speech, you can say what you want, you can do whatever, right? If you put up a video that has language that from the FCC standpoint is not allowed, how do you justify the two? Because I'm in agreement, right? If you're allowed to speak, you can speak, say whatever you want, however you want, and such. But if there are financial consequences from the publication of it on TV, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I understand your question. Now, I'm not an expert in FCC regulations, so if you would like me to take a deeper look into it, I can, but what I can tell you is this. I know the audience has already expressed it, but in general, those same rules, restrictions, language issues don't exist for cable broadcast, at least not the way that this would be presented. If they do exist, if Edison TV has concerns about that, then in the rebroadcast, they would certainly have to just selectively bleep out any kind of swear if it was necessary. I'm fairly confident that it's not necessary.
That's right.
I'm fairly confident. But in that scenario, it's fine. It's a rebroadcast of something that occurred. The unedited footage is available, right? You can get it from multiple other sources. So the fact that the broadcast of it was edited for language, for content related to that, not saying that they would have to, so that we're all clear, not saying that they would have to, but if that were to occur for some reason, wouldn't be a problem.
Chief, I'm gonna sue if they edit my words.
So my follow-up question, or my follow-up statement to that would be, if by chance there were, and again, I don't know, that's why I asked the question, and a edit had to happen from, I believe, or whatever it is, and the actual processing of the video may take time, so maybe it would make sense to just have it, instead of the following day, to have it the day after, so that all the edits can happen, and then you can put it up.
Yeah, and that may be a solution to it, is to delay the broadcast until the next day instead of that evening. But again, unlikely to be necessary.
Okay. And if it's not necessary, then it should be on the next day. So, thank you.
May I speak?
Pointer? No. Sonia, Council, can you answer where do we stand on the waste expired thing in the Attorney General?
I know that the people there has been in contact with the AG's office numerous times over the years. I know that when I spoke with Mr. Redone about it, the last time that it came up, that various members of the prior administration, this administration, have been at some point in contact with the AG's office, and it's at the point where I think after the last time it came up, made it clear they're under no obligation to share any information with us, that there's not a whole lot that we can do to push them forward other than what we have already done to express our interest in it, and Chief can add to this if necessary, but that at this point it is out of the hands of the Edison Township officials. There's nothing that we can do to force the issue or compel them to act in any other way. It's been 7 years of constant communication.
Okay. Chief, do you have anything to add?
Yes, sir. And again, to the Council President, Chair, good evening, Mrs. Walke. We share your frustration also. My detectives, along with the U.S. Postal Service, conducted a very thorough investigation. At some point, the AG's office was brought into it, and I had numerous conversations with the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office and the AG, and going back to the previous administration, they actually said, don't call us anymore. If we need your help, we'll ask you, and if we want to contact you about this investigation, we will. So we share your frustration, and we have tried numerous times to find out what was going on with that.
Thank you, Chief. Sonia, for you, I have the timing of the TV and also the Diwali festival. as to how much were we in the hole for.
Sure. Let me just start with the TV. So the schedule was modified to 9 p.m. Last night there were 2 meetings, the presentation and the work session. So obviously they were a little bit longer than usual. The times were modified to 9 p.m. This decision was made by the mayor. So if there's any concerns, reach out to the mayor if you will. With regard to the budget questions that have been asked numerous times by Mr. Bassoff, I've answered them. Now, there may be answers that he may not agree with or is doesn't understand, or I'm glad to sit with him and go over any of those budget questions. We've been doing this in the same manner. Me, myself, I've been doing this in the same manner in terms of the meetings and presenting the budget to all of the council, including the mayor. So nothing has changed. The process, there is a process, and we followed it. So I don't have any answers to Mr. Bassoff other than what I've provided him to previously. As far as the dwelling, we've provided all of the reports. As far as the whole, we hold countless events throughout the year, and these are for the residents. They're free. And so there's service to this. We don't make money off of events. We hold them so that our residents can enjoy them. And that's for all events.
Thank you, Sonia. And as for the Woodbridge newsletter, I actually thank you for it. I do love it. It's very nice and thorough. And I hope we can take inspiration and get to it. They have been publishing this since 2007. So they have a lot more years on us as to get it right. And I think we are in the beginning stages of our communication and newsletter. And I'm hoping we can take inspiration from this and maybe emulate this, because I like it. It's very nice. So thank you for bringing it to us.
Council President,
Councilor.
I just want to agree to saying that I want to thank Ms. Wolke for bringing this newsletter to our attention. I never saw it before. The mayor has a mailbox of letters showing it. He's done great. There's a council news separate section. Each council member is spotlighted here. There's 54 pages. I counted over 130 photos. It's wonderful. I hope that Councilman Brescher and I just had a soft discussion that maybe we can follow the same exact
Aren't we
format.
still on public
And
comment
I'm
on the
certainly open to
resolution?
share that with the administration. This is bigger and better. Thank you.
And they ended it?
Moving on to Walton Stosham.
Is this resolutions or public?
Please, no talking out of order. You missed that part.
How did we miss it? I just got here in the beginning.
Next time you talk, I will have to ask you to remove, sir.
Did you say out of order?
Officer, next time he speaks out of order, you have my permission to remove.
You're not hitting the gavel.
You can remove him.
You're not even hitting the gavel. I just wanted to ask if it's resolutions or public comments.
Council President, you want to go to closed session, motion to closed session?
You really want
Motion
to remove me?
recess?
I'm not gonna make a thing.
I'm sorry.
I was just
He has
confused
not
if you were on
had an official
resolutions
point of
or.
order called against him. He has not been given a warning. I find this to not be proper.
I just wanted to know if you were on resolutions or public comments.
Okay.
I apologize.
All right. Let me.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, let him finish what he needs to.
The public portion on the comment was number 5. We moved on to number 6, which we voted on everything. We are on to number, all the way at the end, at number 7. And that's where we are.
Oh, maybe nobody talked on the resolutions.
Council President, point of order, if we're going to do this for him, we have to do it for everybody.
I'm confused.
Mr. Christopher, we have someone at the podium.
Oh, nobody spoke on the resolutions and they went right past it. Okay, no. If you still want to remove me, I'll remove. I'm not here for trouble. I just wanted to ask the one question because I got confused. I got confused.
I got you.
You, officer, let him sit down. It's fine. You now know where you are. If
When you
you
come back up,
still
to speak,
continue
you
to
can
be
ask
out of order, we will ask you to remove.
I wasn't out of order. You didn't hit the
Please sit
gavel.
down.
You didn't even hit the gavel.
Listen to Councilman Porter. I think the warning is fine with me. If that's the process, a warning that removes, that's up to you,
You know,
Council President.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry. I just didn't know where we were. Cool. I am cool. No, I am cool.
Sorry
I
about
am
that.
cool.
You can-
Okay,
Walt Social, 2118 Oak Tree Road. The Metuchen Edison Historical Society would like to invite the council to Piscataway Town History Day on Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 at the Edison First Aid Squad number 133 Lakeview Boulevard in Edison. We will be doing displays on the Piscataway Town neighborhood of Edison, and including a walking tour of the neighborhood, St. James Church, and the Piscataway Town Burial Ground. We will also be showing a slideshow of the 1942 Memorial Day Parade in Edison with color slides. So that'll be on Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 from 11:30 to 4 p.m. at the Edison First Aid Squad. I'll leave you a flyer over here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Oh, Chris, that's coming back.
Don't recognize me yet. May you please recognize me as anonymous, please?
You're recognized for anonymous.
Thank you very much. I wanted to talk about John Pointer's statements, but I'm a little disconcerted as to what happened here. Through the Chair Margot, Chief of Police, the Honorable Chief of Police, and Councilman Richard Brescher. 2 days ago when I was here, I never heckled. I never said anything out of the ordinary. I was genuinely. Many times people in the audience spoke, Chief. Okay.
Anonymous, please.
This is my time to speak. Lozman versus Riviera. They started my Lozman versus Riviera.
I'm asking them to turn off the music so we can hear you. That's it. Okay, you can continue this time.
Now I lost my train of thought. I didn't even hear the music. Chief of Police, yesterday, many people, I'm not going to call it heckling, they were doing their constitutionally protected activity. They were asking questions, numerous questions, and they were answered by the council. I don't know if they were wearing suits or if it was because they were ex-council people. They got a little bit extra leniency for it, but I really do apologize. I was confused. And my only question was if we were in the resolution or in the public comments. He refused to call me out of order. When you call someone out of order, that's to let you know you're doing bad behavior, correct yourself. Instead, he always calls me out of order and has the police to surround me and create havoc, and I just don't want that anymore. And in the future in Edison, we might have special education people come up here, and they might not be quickly enough to understand the havoc that's going on. Let's have some human decency for people. When people like Esther come up here, yeah, her time might be up, but God forbid we give them an extra 10 or 15 or 20 seconds. Chief, it's about human decency. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to be always completely tyrannical, man. And I wanted to speak about, how much time do I have left? 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. I'm going to speak about what you said. I would like to speak about it in the rebuttal, but you guys might not allow me to. If the judge is Sam's sister's friend, that should be investigated by some state agencies. The judge should recuse herself from anything that is against the mayor, including my cases, including the cases of my father. When I called in Michelle Kaspersky, the head trial person, Honorable Chief, and I told her about my father and the many concerns and that he needs legal representation, I don't want to go into the complete details right now. She refused to change the bend. I want to look at the chief because he's an honorable. I want him to listen to me. I want to look at him in the eyes so he knows I'm telling him the truth. Is it okay that I look in your direction, Chief? I mean, Well, it's none of his business. I'm still gonna look in your direction. Chief, you know, when I called Michelle Kasper, how much time do I have left?
2.5 minutes.
I told her the problem that's going on, that this person has power of attorney. He can not even legally represent himself. They allowed him to represent himself in the courtroom, knowing it was a conflict of interest. I called Michelle Kaspersky to please change the venue because I just wanted the person to have a free trial. Okay? She refused that. They found the man guilty when he was truly innocent. And when I went to speak to Judge Didia, Sam Joshi's sister's best friend, who should have recused herself from the case, are you aware before that man's case, Sam Joshi walked right up to my father and shook his hand? Are you serious? And then on top of that, do you allow someone who has the power of attorney to legally represent themselves? And not even tell them the day of the trial, and then just start trial out of nowhere? And then when they try to get their transcripts, the official transcript office says there's no file on record, not just for his cases, but for my own? I'm scared. I want myself to have Councilman Brescher, you know, if I did something wrong, I did something wrong. I'm going to take responsibility for it. I just want to have a free trial. And there's certain things, and I'm not saying it's the chief of police, and I'm not saying it's the police department, but there's something weird going on. And I would really appreciate it, Chief, if the chief of police can look in on it, maybe internal affairs, somebody. You guys would know the right people to look in on it, and it's wrong. And now I have to pay. I'm in so much debt. My mom passed away. I'm trying to catch up with bills. And since 2021, they didn't ask us to pay any fines to the courts, and all of a sudden they're hitting us with over $2,000 in fines. I find it retaliatory. I want my, excuse me, can you please, Marlena, hand this to, I want only Richard Brescher, Margot, the lawyer, and the chief of police to see this. Tell me if this person can legally represent himself in court. How many times did I ask for a change of venue? I always got it. And then they want to persecute this man. I'm not paying the $2,000.
Thank you.
No, one moment. I want to see the paper handed to Brescher. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna stand right here. I just want to see the paper. I'm not out of order, and I don't have to sit down.
You're out of order.
I don't have to sit. I'm not out of order.
So if you keep arguing back and forth.
I'm not arguing. He's agitating me. I told him I'm gonna move. Sir, I'm sitting down. I just want them to see the papers, and I'm sitting down.
You cannot talk out of order. It's not your turn.
You keep talking to me.
Council President,
No.
with respect, I have no problem talking to Mr. Necropolis offline about the issues that he's raising here tonight. I have some knowledge of what occurred, so I have no problem getting together with him and talking to him about it.
You know, this is really to my heart. You know, I just wanted to speak to my public officials about it.
Okay. Any council members would like to comment on this?
I just read those papers. I do understand what those papers are. I don't understand the premise of the case. So a lot of that outside, and I also don't know, like I know when you have an issue with a public official, right, you can go for ethics, an ethics complaint, and a board decides whether you had wrongdoing or something like that. But to say that a judge or a prosecutor, I don't know who oversees it, but maybe a superior judge or something of that nature.
Yeah, the administrative office of the courts oversees judges. The professional responsibility unit of the prosecutor's office oversees the conduct of the prosecutors, police, things like that.
I'm sorry,
so that's where you would start, and then it could be escalated potentially to the JEG's office if there's grounds for that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Did you see it? Did you see the paperwork? Sorry.
I know you're stressed out, but you gotta calm down.
I'm calm. I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed.
I will ask you to leave.
Sir, Stop creating havoc around me.
Okay. Your ship, what do you want? As continued, like this person just said, well, per the mayor, we put it on at 9 o'clock. What?
He's been bullying me.
They can't have, the seniors can't have that 11, 12 o'clock. I think that very, very
have a fair
disrespectful
trial.
to the seniors, very disrespectful. And it means that you're only gonna hear my rah-rah, my Illuminati, my
I want my
Illuminator.
paper back.
All you're gonna see is my
The power of
Illuminator, because you're gonna
attorney.
get that in the mail. You're not gonna be able to see anything else that's going on in the town. You won't be able to see any discourse between people back and forth because you don't have that. And I also, the big rah-rah section we're having tomorrow for Comcast, all my friends in Island said that's the worst they've ever had, and the prices are very high, but I thought municipal broadband, but hey, here we go, we got Comcast, but me, different than other people, because I live close to the business section, I've always had a choice of what I wanted, and I chose the Optimum because if you go with their fiber, you get the best of the best of the best. Now that somebody also said that, called me and told me today that they thought it was disrespectful, that when Councilman Patil was talking, that the VA was laughing and some other people were laughing. They were telling me that, because as they watched the film, they said that you guys should have respect for your fellow people. That's what they're telling me. They was talking about that today.
Here's the power of attorney. You read it.
Also,
He had
and
no right to
I spoke
persecute.
about that yesterday, screaming out, calling people liars and all that stuff. And you yell at the audience, but you gotta have respect amongst the people at all. And now they thought it was, even though everybody keeps saying, oh, this is a courtesy with the budget, when you sit with Mayor Lanky for 8 years, he has his great VA next to him, and you sit next to him, and he's going through the stuff bit by bit, department by department. Oh, forgive me for getting spoiled for getting this stuff transparent, all right? So it's like they discussed earlier with the FCC and about showing this stuff. This is like a secret group. Everything has to be hidden. I've been here since Ulysses.
Fuck you.
And I've never seen people want to hide so much stuff. I know he got bobbleheads and rah-rah people, but good God, what is it that it has to be so secret that you can't give it the full amount to all the people in Edison? Why is it so secret? Why you can't, the crummy stuff they show on 15, you gonna tell me at 11 o'clock in the morning the seniors can't see the meeting? Are you kidding me? And then you're talking about cable. I know on cable, because a lot of people were like, oh, we can curse on cable, because when the first cable first came out, because you couldn't curse. And the 7 words, I'm with the George Carlin era, and there's certain words you could not say. But this is like so sad that it's always, oh, if you sign up and put your name down, you can get the illuminated, you can hear all this rah, 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 but you can't get the full knowledge of what's going on. You can't get what the budget is, you owe $184.3 million in bonds, okay? Maybe that's why they don't want the seniors to hear about it. Maybe that's the true issue. And then another thing I'm still having issue with, now that we know that the building has mercury in it, I want to know what's the timing and stuff of the remediation, which is, very sad. The timing of the remediation back and forth. I'm just saying that this is really the first group that I've ever seen disrespectful to seniors. All the time, I've never seen a group, but I'm telling you, I've been around this council for a long time, and I've never seen it that they don't want to answer them. They want to put them in places where there's contamination. They don't want to do anything for the seniors, and they don't want to show them the TV thing. And like she said, no, Joel Bassoff answers, questions don't be answered, because even when I was sitting there, I didn't get answers to questions, okay? But you know one thing? You get so self-absorbed that you lose your own integrity because you want to bobblehead for somebody else, and that's the part that disgusts me. The answer I want to know is when the remediation is going to start for the Mercury and Minnie Bill.
I believe reporters that they removed the mercury floors from the They moved it.
The remediation, right, much like a building, depending on the age, has asbestos, it's a contained area, which it was, and it was a certified vendor, so all of that was taken care of.
So there's no more work you're doing.
Correct, there's a new floor installation.
It's not there, you're still doing Tai Chi on Mercury.
Are they working on it or is it done?
Other people could talk to, and they don't threaten with the police. And that's what I'm protesting.
It's still her time, sir.
She's sitting down, sir. That means she's
Point of order.
I'm walking out. I'm walking
My
out, so
question
don't
is,
bully
when is the
me.
remediation gonna start on the Mercury of the building? Stop playing games.
Ma'am, I'm not
Yes.
disrespectful towards you, so I appreciate
You're
your respect.
disrespectful to me by not allowing me to
Joyce.
May I
You
speak?
always disrespectful.
Excuse me.
Both, please. Let's one person talk at a time because I cannot listen to both people talking at once. So, your time's up, Joyce. Now, is there, the floor is still there or is it gone now?
It started on Monday, sir.
It's gonna start on Monday and it's gonna be removed when? Or
It's in the works.
it's in the works? Okay. So it will be removed and remediated. Okay? Thank you.
You can run a meeting without agitating and provoking people. It's gonna be.
Officers, can we take this outside?
I am. I'm
Thank you.
grabbing my stuff. It's my last. It's gonna be your last year's council crisis. No, I'm allowed to speak while he's antagonizing members of the public. And I hope it's his last time. Your uncle Bimal Joshi sexually assaulted women. You piece of shit.
Hi, Jeanette. from
You
Edison.
piece of shit.
I'm a senior citizen, and I want to get back, I hate to change the subject, but I want to get back to what,
Sorry, Chief. Sorry, Chief. Oh, do I have in my backpack the silver thing? Yeah.
The paper's there, the stick's there.
No, he was fucking with me the whole time. You saw how other people were heckling it.
Yeah, we just saw what happened, yeah.
I'm sick and tired of this shit. They're doing this to me on purpose. They can go. I'm not here for trouble with you two. You guys have been nothing but nice. You need to learn. You need to learn to respect the people on the bus. Are you Italian? Let me delete this right now.
Okay.
Joyce.
Yes, I know.
Joyce, I had every.
Yes, be right out and get my bag.
Margot.
Wait, 1 second.
Joyce and others 2 days ago completely were always interrupting the meeting. They were always interrupting the meeting. When I had one question, if we're in resolutions,
They haven't said to us to walk back and no shit, no anything like
if I ask if are we on resolutions or on the thing, they don't have to create that havoc around me to kick me out. I didn't do nothing wrong. And I'm sick of what's going on against me, BA. Yeah, you had a weapon to use against me. Use your weapon against me right now. I dare you to use your weapon against me right now, BA. I dare you to use your weapon against me right now, you fucking coward.
Krista, you gonna walk out with me?
No, in 1 second, I want to see Nish Patel. What did I do? No, what did I do?
The only thing I would say, it's okay for you to say, are we on the resolutions? What I would suggest to you in the future is just ask someone in the audience, ask someone.
Absolutely, but Joyce and every other old white person get to do it, and there's a response always back and forth. But if it's me asking the question, they could have just said, wait a moment and we'll let you know. But to create havoc around someone, it's done. I know what he's doing. He did the same thing with me wearing the mask.
All right, but do you agree that it would make sense for you to just ask somebody in the audience, just whisper?
I did, yes. Well, then tell that to Joyce and everyone else who doesn't get bothered. Or when Don Tar or Mr. Tar are able to speak out in the audience too.
We don't speak out.
Not today, but in the past. In the past, all the old people are allowed to say something.
Krista, all I'm gonna ask, you can say whatever you like when people walk out, just nothing discriminating or biased.
Why, it's not illegal?
It is, there are.
Did I do anything illegal?
Legal? There's nothing illegal.
I don't think it's illegal.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you remember Joyce and all the old people screaming and yelling for 2-3 hours?
But here's
And then the
thing.
moment I ask, are we on resolutions or whatever, he can't just answer the question. He has to spend 10 minutes creating havoc around me.
Yeah, but see, here's where
That's the Indian corruption. They told me that they don't want me to say anything racist. That's the Indian corruption in this town. No, what's true is true. No, his uncle's Vimal Joshi. His uncle is Vimal Joshi, a sexual fucking predator. Okay, and I'm not gonna take his shit. Pointer, you can't edit a public record.
You still here?
You can't edit a public record, Pointer. Are you uneducated, Pointer? I'm standing out in the hallway. He only has control in that room, and not no more because it's over. I'm gonna turn it off when I talk to the chief.
Okay, I just wanted to let you. I told him a couple of times.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget, please.
No, yeah, it's over here.
Oh, Joyce, can you sign my BOE paperwork? Do you guys want to sign my BOE paperwork? Wokey, you're a Republican. You should be not gonna sign my BOE paperwork? Hey, do you guys want to sign my BOE petition?
I don't even know. What?
Tamaro and Lanky in the past signed my petition to run for mayor. Would you guys like to run my petition to run for Board of Education?
I can't.
Can't? Why not?
Because I end up like Frank Heelan, man.
Like who?
Frank Heelan.
Wait, where would you wind up like Frank?
Do you remember what he did?
No, what did he do?
He signed, I think it was the West's
Yeah.
petition.
Yeah.
And he came out and he broke the law.
Oh, really?
And they asked Frank.
Sometimes it's like
It's impossible, and they're gonna get away.
All right, but I'll get you good control. So let me explain something to you.
So Pointer and Nish are hiding like cowards over there. Can you believe the civil rights violation you allowed to happen in front of you? We need better residents in this town, sir. We definitely need a lot better residents in this town, sir. You know what? We need to put you in a time machine back to Nazi Germany. Not you, Margot. Not you. I was talking to the guy in the front. Actually, you know what? If this meeting, if now the council, I'm allowed in that room.
Which room?
The meeting's over. He doesn't control
Oh, just this room in general?
that room. Yes, he doesn't control the room anymore, and we don't need his permission anymore.
I mean, I get this room. That back room I've never been in, so I don't know what it is.
No, not where the exit is.
I got you. I was gonna say, 'cause I don't know what that is. You can technically come in here, I guess.
All right, can you walk in first with me? The meeting's over, so I'm allowed back in.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Crystal.
Good night.
Here, let's try to break this first, and then we'll go there.
Councilman Patel, this is the second time you violated my rights. Is this a South Asian corruption, or what the hell's going on? Did your sexual predator of an Uncle Bimal Joshi order you to do this? Tell Bimal to stop groping women's breasts. Second time he illegally removed me out. Oh, do you guys have an emergency?
No, it's just shit going on with road right now.
If you have an emergency, I'll stand outside and wait for the chief. So this way you don't have to babysit me.
No, you're good.
You're really not babysitting me, right?
No,
You have
we're
to
not
stay here until
babysitting.
then?
We have to, yeah.
All right.
Told her my
assistant Gloria.
Because out of courtesy for you, if you told me,
No, I know,
you know.
I know you would. It's just like one of those things, we're in here and can't do anything.
What was I doing? What was I doing that he was complaining? I only asked him if you were on the resolutions or the public comments. People do that all the time.
I think it's just a misunderstanding.
No understanding. Instead of answering the question, you know what he does? Spends 10 minutes creating havoc. You answer the question, it's over. And they know that. They just want to make it seem like I'm creating a problem so you guys can fuck with me. And I know that's the tactic. Councilman, I'm turning this off for you. Councilman Patel, this is the second time you violated my rights. The first time was with... Well, you're gonna have to leave the room anyway.
He's not.
Listen, Councilman Patel, I'm kindly letting you know it was wrong, because you don't do it to all the other... Can I walk out?
No, because if you follow him now, you're harassing him.
Technically, it's not a harassment, though,
But
because
if you are, because you're pursuing him.
All right, let me turn this off.